Disobedient. Disrespectful. Traitor!
You call for order. You beat us down. But when your shiny neck was threatened, you squealed like a whoop hog. The evidence blew up at the base, but you and I know the truth. When I put a gun to your head, you shut down Starkiller's shields. Now, what would your troops do if they found out? Or your masters?
Who would believe a story like that?
You were always scum.
Rebel scum.
You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Should I have?
It's a ship that made the castle run in less than 12 parsecs.
Hey everyone, and welcome to
Castle Run Weekly.
My name is Danny,
I'm Heather.
and today we're talking about our favorite Chrome Dome, our invincible Captain Phasma.
Our anti-hero with 9 lives.
Yes, exactly. So Heather, what prompted us on this is that we got a little deleted footage from The Last Jedi. Do you want to talk about that?
Okay. All right. So this deleted scene, there are stormtroopers crawling up, and Phasma's crawling up to Finn, and stormtroopers surround. I mean, he is done, and they got caught monologuing every time.
Every
And
time.
Finn tells Phasma what she did on Starkiller Base, and all the troopers start tilting their head like, oh, dude. And so instead of shooting Finn, who would have sunk, she shot all of the stormtroopers and then got, Finn did his thing and she got hit and blue.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was the scene.
Yeah, so I have issue with it. So for one,
What would be your issue?
I know what would be my issue. No. So for one, just to start it off, I'd never felt like Phasma would be one to get caught monologuing, or caught in a monologue rather, just sitting there staring at him. I'm glad that this scene did not make it into The Last Jedi. Personally, now it was cool seeing Phasma kind of turn on her own troops. I thought that was cool because that really shows her allegiance more, and I feel like you learn more about the character that way too, which I think but
Well, I saw the scene after I read the book.
in 24 hours, mind you. Yeah, I'm calling you out.
Say that, Danny.
In 24 hours, you read the book, so I didn't have to. Thank you.
So 2 days ago, Danny said we're going to do a Phasma show. So I read Phasma.
Yes.
378 pages of Phasma is bad. Phasma bad.
Phasma bad. Phasma very bad. But I mean, as far as like this deleted scene, I'm glad that it didn't make it in there. But I did like that you actually got a streak of character from Phasma. You got to see where her allegiance was, because even in the $20 comic, I'm never gonna let that go.
I know, right? That was my first thought when she fell to her doom.
Yeah.
I did the air quotes. Sorry, guys. I was like, I wonder how much that comic series is going to be to find out how she lives this time. Because
Exactly.
it's coming.
Oh, it's coming. What was it that Ryan Johnson called her? The Kenny of...
Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny from South Park.
Yep.
She just survives
Yeah.
when nobody should be able to survive.
Well, in talking about her character and everything, so let's talk about it a little bit. So, Heather, you powered the book in 24
did.
hours.
I did.
Let's hear a little bit of what you learned
Oh my god.
about Chrome Dome.
Well, see, as people that have listened to the show a couple times, I probably know I do have a sympathy for stormtroopers. I have a sympathy for a lot of people within the First Order or the Empire because they're brainwashed, they're indoctrinated, they are given one opportunity to survive, and that's what you get to do. If you don't take it, you die. Phasma's not that character. She is there to survive, yes, but to thrive. And if a better opportunity comes along, she's going to take it. Like destroying Starkiller Base or, like killing her own stormtroopers. And she's killed her own family. She's killed her own brother. She's killed her entire tribe. She killed Armitage Hux's daddy that saved her off of her planet. So, and she didn't have to.
Thanks for the ride. Kick rocks.
Yeah. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Yeah. So, it's like, sorry, that's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference.
I'm gonna read it.
I know you are. I was just telling you so you don't think I'm an idiot. But yeah, it's you're not gonna read it. You're gonna listen to it. You can cut that part out.
Anyways.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I hate myself now. So yeah, it was almost 400 pages of Phasma has no loyalties ever except herself. And she feels nothing except for a need for survival. And did you know that not a single person in the First Order has ever seen her face? She killed Brindle Hux, which was the only person that had seen her face. And then she showed Cardinal her face before he died, or she thought he died.
Goodness.
So can you imagine living your entire career in a mask and making sure no one ever saw you? Because she's gorgeous. So it's like, I don't know if she feels like that would undercut her.
Yeah.
Or give too much of her personality away. She doesn't make small talk ever. She doesn't talk to people.
Yeah.
She doesn't say, hey, how are you doing?
She's not your regular office buddy.
No, she's not a wild girl.
Right. Well,
but that means she can't go to the mess and eat. She has to take her dinner back to her place. She can't shower. That is a big commitment to make sure no one ever sees your face.
She's in the shower with just a bucket. Never mind. Anyways.
Well, I'm sure she has a personal shower at her rank.
I'm sure. But yes. But no, like that, knowing that though, like, I don't know, that's really enlightening to her character. Because you don't get any of that in The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi. You just get this walking tin can who
I know
supposed
that
to be awesome.
I am a book pusher. I'm a pusher of books.
Yes, you are.
An enabler. But you cannot get a character's full development within 2 hours when it's not about them.
But you should be able to get some development.
Should, but it's not about them.
True.
It's about Rey, and it's about the resistance, and it's about the struggle. She really didn't have very much screen time. And what she had, she was kind of sucky.
Exactly. And that's what bothers me is because, like, even, and we've talked about this multiple times, but even in the trailers for Force Awakens and everything, and then when we found out she was back in TLJ, they made her out to be this big thing.
They did that with Boba Fett too.
But Boba Fett's still cool. Like
he's
thrown
cool,
away and then brought back
by the movies.
Do what?
If you go strictly by the movies,
true.
He's got very little character development. He falls into a Sarlacc. That's the end of him. But the books are where he's developed.
Yeah.
Of course, that's not canon anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
but it's missed
Mm-hmm.
by several.
Cause see, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know why I feel like Boba Fett is not the same as Phasma. Cause yes, very little screen time, and he doesn't really say anything. But I feel like even in just the moment of where Han's blind on the skiff
The
or
moment
something
he
like
starts
that,
fighting, he falls into a sarlacc.
I got that, but like, you at least get like when Chewie's like roaring, and all of a sudden he goes, "Boba Fett, where's Boba Fett?" All of a sudden he's something, but I don't know. Like maybe it's the bounty hunter side. I don't know. But I've heard that comparison with her multiple times, where it's like, well, she's just like Boba Fett. She's just like Boba Fett, but like. You didn't throw Boba Fett in the trash can like an aluminum can. So...
No, you've dropped him into a sarlacc.
True, but once. I don't know.
True.
But it bothers me where she's just been thrown away and brought back. And now potentially brought back for episode 9 as well. With her being the king of Star Wars.
If they bring her back.
If they bring her back. Yeah.
If they bring her back. It needs to be for something significant. Don't bring her back just to throw her away again.
Right. I completely agree with that.
I'm not saying make the whole movie about her. And I'm not saying, but if you're going to make me spend $20 on a comic series again, make it something real.
Right. No, absolutely. I completely agree with that.
Make a Phasma series.
Well, in from what you've told me in the book, because I mean, like, I'm a horrible Star Wars fan. I'm probably not ever going to read that book especially now that I know what's going on. But anyways,
I wouldn't. I don't think you'd like it.
Really?
I don't.
But yeah, but like I just with knowing what her character is in the book from what you've told me and everything, how she has no allegiance to anything. It's strictly survival and moving up as high in the ladder as possible. Like that's interesting to me for that to come out in a comic series or the next movie or some hint of that at least. Because obviously we're not going to get this big, drawn out, well, this is why I am the way that I am or anything like that. I just want something. Like, that's my thing.
You know what I got from her?
Mm-hmm.
She's an animal.
Yeah.
She's a wild animal. Because you know what wild animals do? They consume things to live.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. They're just survival. Instinct, overload, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
She's an animal.
Yeah. Well, and so even talking about the possibility of her coming back for episode 9, I would love to see her come back damaged and everything, really just crazy, like her animalistic nature that already is there. Because I mean,
What's funny is you never hear her war cry. She comes from a tribe.
That's true. That's true.
She comes from a warrior tribe. She's a warrior, and that's what they did. They went. I mean in the book, that's what they did.
Yeah. And
you never hear that. She had to eliminate that after 18 years. Of that's her culture. She just, in the middle of battle, she just doesn't do it anymore.
See, that's interesting to me as to how somebody can literally just
change the way they speak.
Yeah.
Because she mimics Brindle Hux. That's why her language is so similar to Armitage Hux. I mean, yeah, they're both British. I get it. They're actors. But, I mean, like, as far as the story goes, the reason their accents are the same is because she mimicked them. That's not her original language or her original accent.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, that's really interesting to me, and that's something that I really want to come out in episode 9, whether it be she's so angry with Finn that she reverts back to how she was.
Reverts back.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be so awesome. Like, in all honesty, if she came up with, like, some of her armor, like, gnarled or something like that, somehow she survived, which, who knows, probably did.
She probably did. You want me to tell you why?
Sure.
Her armor is forged in a factory on Parnassus. Yeah, I know I said it wrong. Shut up. from Emperor Palpatine's favorite Nubian ship.
Ah, Nubian. I've
So
been waiting
the
all
chrome
night to do that.
in that ship is the chrome of her armor, and that is why
That's
it's so
crazy
effective.
cool.
It is not stormtrooper armor, and it is not regular chrome.
Mhm.
So it probably could withstand that blast. When it gets broken on her face in Last Jedi,
It's
it
just
makes
the
me
lens.
wonder. Huh?
It's just the lens that gets broken, I think,
No,
isn't it?
it wasn't.
Oh,
it was
okay.
a flash up. It's pretty. How is she going to replace that?
Mm-hmm.
Is she going to have to go back home?
Ooh.
Is she going to have to dig up the ship after 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Is she going to be able
that
to
would be
find
cool.
it? I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many questions that I have.
Mhm.
Is she going to have a white helmet with chrome armor? Is J.J. Abrams just going to skip over that and just pretend it never happened? I don't know. All I know is that her armor is one of a kind.
Well, he might move her scar too, so.
Right. I don't think she has one.
No, I'm referring to Kylo.
Oh. But yeah, it's like, I have so many questions.
Oh, absolutely. And I hate that it's the book that makes her more interesting. Like, I get, like you said earlier, that the story's not about her. It's not Phasma or anything like that, but a little something. Because, like, I feel like in The Force Awakens, it kind of discredited her for her to just be captured, thrown away. That was it. And it was just kind of like, wait, what? It to me, that kind of, I don't know, almost like tainted her reputation and the perception that we get of her.
But now that I've read the book and I read the comic, I get it.
Yeah.
She did exactly what she needed to do to survive.
Mm-hmm. But how did she know she was going to survive that? That's the thing. Like, you just got thrown in a
She's
trash
Phasma.
can. That's true. Yeah.
It's just like when Leia escaped the prison block.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know where they were going. They knew that was the only way out, and they'd make it up as they went along, and they got down there and they survived.
True, I could see that, because, I mean, she does seem like the make it up as you go kind of person. She
has to be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's resourceful.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to see that. Like, something.
I know.
Maybe we get, like, Phasma's rebirth in episode 9. Like, somehow she's coming out of the wreckage, like Shredder and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ah.
I don't know if I want the movie to be about her. I do want her to have something of herself, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think a subpar stormtrooper should be able to take her down like that.
No. Because I know you and I were talking about that all day long. Like, you were trying to come up with a theory for it and everything.
I was. And the only thing that I could come up with, because yes, Finn may have, see, I can't even fathom why this particular stormtrooper that was really nothing. I mean, it was his first battle.
Mm-hmm.
She had no link to him that we know of.
Yeah.
He has nothing.
Yeah.
Except luck and a destiny. And that's the only thing it could come down to. Because he's not even, I mean, yeah, he's a good fighter. He's not awesome.
Yeah.
Phasma is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, that little battle in Last Jedi is nothing compared to what she could do. Why was she not fighting to her full capacity? Why, when he called her out in front of her stormtroopers, did she just freeze?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Something has to be there when it pertains to him for her to be blocked somehow. He is her weakness, and I need to know why. It's like really bad.
Yeah. Well, in the book, does she have any aversion to failure or anything like that? Because that's the only thing I can think of is with her.
Any
with
failure,
him, he maybe
she just eliminates and just makes it a success by killing people.
the failure never happened because they don't exist. I've wiped them off the face of the planet. Yeah. Huh.
Like, she felt that she came from a primitive planet and that she wouldn't fit in the First Order, so she just eliminated her past.
That's crazy.
Including the guy that had seen her face, that saved her from that planet.
Yeah. I'm just trying to work out how we could see something like that in the next movie.
I don't think we can.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes time to develop a character. I mean, Luke, it took a long time to have a fully fleshed out character. And it was about him. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. We barely scratched the surface of Rey. We barely scratched the surface of Kylo Ren. And now we have this backwards character that's really not important, but could be amazing. And she just they don't have the time for her.
Yeah. Well, see, that's my thing is, like, if you didn't have the time for her, why? But
she looks awesome.
She does look awesome. I mean, she's covered in, like, Nubian hull. Like, it's freaking crazy.
But that's what supplements are for.
Yeah. I can see that. I do like, now that I know what her medals make, because I know that in the Last Jedi review that we did, like, that was the one thing, is like, oh, her armor works. How about that? Well, now we know, because it's made of spaceship. So.
Right. But, I mean, like, none of these characters can truly be developed in a 2-hour movie.
True.
Every 2 or 3 years. It takes books and comics and,
Yeah.
That's my take.
No, I completely agree with you. I know a lot of personal friends and fans that of Star Wars that have the whole, I don't have time for all that and all this other kind of stuff.
Right, they don't. They just get the joy out of the movies, and that's fine. If that's your joy, then go for it.
Yeah.
It's just not mine.
Right. So yeah, no, I completely agree with that. But yeah, I think that the character of Phasma, like you said, could be an absolutely crazy awesome character on screen. I hope we at least get, like, a glimpse of what she is.
I do too. I want to
that.
see her fight to her full capacity. I want to see her utterly destroy.
Well, and that's the thing, is, like, you know she's going to be mad. You know she's going to be mad after that last fight.
I would like to see her destroy Armitage, personally.
Ooh. She would be the logical choice.
Yes, she would.
Because, I mean, even Kylo, like...
He's put down his guard around her
Yeah.
because he thinks he's got a wild dog on a chain, and he's holding the chain. He doesn't realize, like it said in the book, that she's just a Rancor behind a gate.
Ooh, I like that.
Once you lift that gate, she's free, and she can go for whoever she wants.
Well, we saw what a Rancor did to Luke, or tried to do to Luke. I like that, though. Like, give me the Rancor on a leash, man. Like, but yeah, no, that's killer. That's killer. In all honesty, like, I would love to see in Episode 9 her come back just as furious as ever. Like you said, fighting to her full capacity. Like, I don't even need story on it. Like, let's just see her angry. Because in all honesty, I feel like now that she's been shattered right there, she's going to go ham if she is back. I think that would be... I think that'd be something really good for Finn's development. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm probably biased just because I want to see her go ham. I need carnage, Heather. Carnage.
There was carnage in this book. Oh my god.
I love the way you described it after you finished it too. Brutal.
It is. It's brutal. I told my son, I was like, because I told it, and he was like, "What do you mean Phasma's bad? I mean, I know she's bad, but all the First Order is bad." I'm like, no.
She's a special kind of bad.
She's a special kind of bad.
Yep. Because she basically wiped out her own people, right?
All of them.
Yeah.
Genocide.
Nice. she's not going to get the end that Callus got then. No happy ending for you, madam.
The one person that survived gave evidence to the resistance agent that she told her story to.
Mm-hmm.
And she had been trapped in a med bay for 10 years
Mm-hmm.
because she had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
The planet's dead. The only thing keeping her and her child alive is the med bay. So she had been in isolation for 10 years. And so she gave the knife and a beetle to the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the proof of Phasma.
Man.
And then Phasma found the knife. Cardinal says, I got it from Parnassus. And she's like, well, I'll have to find out who survived because they're not going to survive for long.
Back on the hunt.
Yep.
Now, I don't think we talked about it. So, the monologuing in the deleted scene, where she
Yes.
sat there and just listened to Finn call her a whoop hog, and all, which I thought was really strange, anyways. But
Well, that's a thing there.
yeah, I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
I guess it's better than Chrome Dome. I know a lot of people have had some issue with it. Chromium, but no. Things. Anyways, but yes, so with him sitting there monologuing to her and everything, before you told me about the book, I didn't feel like that was a thing. Like, why in the world would she sit there and let this guy talk to her that way?
She lets everybody talk.
Yeah.
She does. She sits there, she lets him spill,
Mhm.
and then she kills him. Now, the fear in her eyes, though,
Mhm.
that is what surprised me.
Yeah.
Of course, she killed all the stormtroopers, so, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Still
but-
no witnesses.
Right, but, I
Other
mean,
than
she's
Finn.
got the look in her eye like, oh, man,
He's the witness that keeps getting away.
maybe so.
Maybe that's the fear that she has of him. That hold that he has over her. Is that that's the only witness that she hasn't been able to get rid of.
And maybe, but, I mean, phew, I don't...
Yeah.
Because any failure she's ever had, she comes up with a strategy and she takes care of it.
Mm-hmm.
She is an instinctual creature.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she comes up with strategy, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to the fight, she's ready.
Yeah. I'm interested to see more from her now. Because I wasn't excited about her potentially being in 9 before. But I'm intrigued now. I definitely am. So yeah, because I had no intention of reading the book, so thank you for taking one for the team. If we're being honest.
Fine. I mean, it was a
Yeah.
fine book. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
But it did enlighten me in her
Cough
character.
Thrawn. No, I'm just kidding.
Huh?
I said cough Thrawn.
Yeah, that one was probably my favorite so far. But I don't know. It's just it was a day of character development.
Mm-hmm. Basically, yeah. I have a little bit more respect for her, knowing what you found out in the book and everything. I'm not so hard on her anymore, I don't feel like.
See, I have
You're
less
changing
respect
me.
for her.
Do what?
No, not her character development.
Yeah.
I mean, I have more respect for for her ideal of,
Mm-hmm.
I just wow to be that horrible of a person.
Yeah. Like, there's no, this is the way you are because you are the way you are. This is, you're just horrible through and through.
Yeah.
Rotten to the core.
Because I usually have empathy for people, even they're horrible people. I can still find you're the hero of your own story.
Yeah.
She knows she's a villain. She knows she's not a hero. She does what she does. She's not apologetic about it. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Vader, he did what he did because he thought
that there was
you
nothing
know.
left. Yeah. Until there was a son.
she didn't. She didn't.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
So I wonder, because I know in the prequels, the way that George Lucas set it up is that with Maul, Grievous, and Dooku, if they were all kind of like foreshadowing to what Vader was to become and everything. I wonder if Phasma may be any foreshadowing to Kylo. How dark he may become in
I think Kylo's going to go super dark, but that's
full Anakin.
I think that's another episode.
That is another episode. Well, cool. So I think we'll wrap it up. Did you have any last thoughts or anything?
I want to know, because I've always answered this a specific way. Okay. I want to know what you think. Ooh. Can Phasma be redeemed?
No. Now, you mean redeemed as in a good person, or you mean redeemed as in a character? Like,
no, redeemed as in maybe not a good person. I don't think she can ever be, lawful good.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't think she's ever gonna, defect or anything. But could she ever care about anything?
No.
Ever.
No. If anything, like, in all honesty, after what you've told me in the book, the little that we know from the comic and everything, like, her heart is as black can get. Like, there is nothing there. It makes me
wonder.
Yeah.
And maybe this is just my personal history coming into play. What kind of mental disorder does she have, except for narcissism, that would make her that way?
What feeds her need to feel like she has to constantly survive that way?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, she came from a very brutal planet, but a lot of people did. She did not come from a tribe of people that were brutal to each other.
True.
They cared about each other. Every person had their place. Every person was valuable. You never infought.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder what is whacked in there, in chemical wise.
So we know who she is, but what made her who she is now? So we go even further back.
No, I don't think it's further back. I think it's going to be like her in Arkham Asylum, and then Harley Quinn, the doctor, comes in and like tries to figure out what's wrong with her, and it turns into a whole situation.
A whole situation. I don't think she's going to be as willing as most of her patients. But yeah, so no, that. No,
I mean, I just think that if at some point someone can get her to talk,
it would just be interesting to hear her talk, because right now only thing that we know is her actions.
Snips.
Yeah.
Right. In snippets of conversation, not even conversation, but just words that pertain to her action.
Yeah.
But that's what she is. She doesn't make small talk. She doesn't talk to people.
Yeah.
So if somebody could figure out a way to make her talk, that would be something that I would read.
That would be really interesting. I'm down with that. Marvel Comics, get on it. Let's hear it.
Maybe we could fanfic that.
Oh, I'm down. That would be cool. That would be a crazy head to get into, though. Well, all right. So I think we'll go ahead and we'll wrap up the show there. That was really fun. I was really worried that it was just going to be coming like complaining about Phasma and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, obviously we had our complaints.
I felt that it was important to read the book. I mean, I know that it was a quick read. And, well, it wasn't a quick. I made it a quick read. But that's why it was important for me, to put it off for 2 days and not do it right away.
Yeah.
I didn't want to rush it.
Well, cool. Well, I appreciate you taking the bullet for the team. Thank you guys so much for tuning in every week and listening to or watching another episode of Kessel Run Weekly. Be sure to keep an eye out for our next book club. Our Holocron book club, we're going to be talking The Last Jedi. And rumor has it, we may be doing it around the physical release of the movie.
Blu-ray.
Yes, around the Blu-ray, which I think is April 27th, so don't hold us to that exact date. But we'll see. But yes, so our next book club will be The Last Jedi, so definitely go ahead and grab that if you haven't already. That way you guys can join us and read it with us and send us your comments, the things you like, you don't like, all that kind of stuff.
It is different, guys.
Yes.
I've gotten to the first 4 chapters. I finished part 1, And the prologue, the first chapter and the second chapter have significant differences from the movie. So
Yes, I immediately put my foot in my mouth.
no doubt.
I did not realize it was going to be so different, and I was like, "Oh
It's
no,
not
we're gonna do
different.
that,"
It's
but
just
yeah.
supplement.
Well,
It's
yeah,
added.
exactly. But yeah, so definitely check that out, guys. I'm excited to get into it. Heather's excited to get into it. So yes. So definitely join us on that. And if you haven't already, guys, be sure to subscribe wherever you're getting your podcasts. iTunes, Google Play, all the things. And subscribe on YouTube. We love hanging out with you guys on all social media. So you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I don't know why I just blanked there for a second. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Kessel Run Weekly. And on our website, which is getting a revamp soon. So stay tuned. KesselRunWeekly.com. And again, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Danny.
I'm Heather.
May the Force be with you.
And also with you.